time.
That's
That's good. I'm glad that it's going to be,
We should come to see you.
I think it's going to be well attended.
Not
Hi.
apologetic, but I'm not a heavy person. I was compelled to write to them.
You might have to sit there because there's no microphone.
I passed them that way. Do we have more of those maps? Or did they
Yeah.
get passed in?
There's a few people down.
Did you hear about the county commissioners?
That must be from the old meeting. This is
We might be
today's.
live. so.
Yeah, they have.
I didn't hear that.
Yeah, they did.
Thank you.
You're on camera. Welcome to the Township of Sparta Environmental Commission meeting of Thursday, February 22nd, 2024. We are live in the council chambers at the municipal building and also on YouTube at www.youtube.com, Sparta TWP/streams. This meeting is called to order at 7:02. Adequate notice of this meeting was provided to the public and the press on January 5th, 2024 by delivering to the press and posting on the township website a copy of this notice. Roll call, please, Christine?
Councilman Daniel Chiarello,
I'm here.
Chairwoman Kimberly Knoll,
Here.
Vice Chair Neil Sarwine,
Here.
Christine Dunbar,
Here.
Ted Gall,
Here.
Christine Rogers,
Here.
Linda Tower,
Here.
Barbara Kazalka,
Here.
Landon Teneri,
Here.
Robert Otto.
Here.
Thank you. Please join me in the salute to the flag. Pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. Thank you. We have no minutes to approve today. We do have 3 items of correspondence. Actually, I think it's 4 total with two minutes. The first one is freshwater application, wetlands application for 19 Bromley Court. They are looking to get approval for a septic repair. We've got quite a few of these recently. And I did do a environmental resource inventory for the first one which is block 41755, and it didn't show really anything of any concern.
It's existing too.
Yeah.
So just a repair.
Repair of existing septic. Are we good at that one? Any other comments or questions? Okay. Same with the next site at 12 Valley View Trail. I did not have a chance to do an environmental resource inventory on this one because I think we just got this one.
Today.
Yeah, we just got it today. Again, it's repairing an existing septic. I think we're in favor of that. Any comments or questions on that one?
No, I didn't get a chance to look that up. I'm looking it up right now with the New Jersey Conservation Blueprint.
Okay,
If I see anything, I'll let us know.
okay, thank you. All right. Next 2 items are minutes from the Sussex County Agricultural Development Board. One is from November and the other one is from December. Do you need a minute to take a look at those?
Anything impacting Sparta properties?
There was one farm in Sparta that's looking to get approved.
On the November.
Not the
missed
not
that.
the Hudson Gill, right?
Looking.
No, it's Timber Tree Valley, Timber Valley Tree Farm.
Here it is, here.
Yeah.
That's, it says free.
No, not that one, the
Really? I
next
thought
one.
it was in
Sparta
Freedom.
Holding.
Florida Holdings.
Yeah.
Well,
Oh.
actually, it does say Sparta Township, so
But it says also Freedom Township. On page 2.
That's a
at-
different,
the
that's a
bottom?
different one,
Yeah,
right?
that's a different one.
Yeah, it's not timber.
maybe they own two sites, because the page 3 has it in Sparta Township.
But it's a
Okay.
different motion, right?
Yeah,
It's
the-
hard to
it's-
read. It starts with the Roman numeral.
I think that's the
Roman numeral
name of the
one,
company.
that, then the motion, Roman numeral
Oh,
two.
yeah,
Roman numeral 3 is like the 1, 2, 3rd paragraph down.
right.
I might be mistaken, but I believe it's the one on Price's Lane by Demhurst Road.
It's the Marist, yes, I look it up.
Not the Timber Valley Tree Farm. Which one were you talking about?
The Sparta
That's
Holdings.
on, oh, really? Let's see.
The
Yeah,
next
Timber Valley
page.
Tree was the previous
Wow.
one. This one. like
Yeah,
said,
I got the
starts
name
with
wrong.
Roman numeral 3.
I got the name
page
wrong.
3. So where was this? Did we say?
Huh.
Block 12002, lot 1?
It is 104 Demarest Road.
Oh, Demarest.
Yeah. They have wetlands there, they have stream and wellhead protection area, tier 3.
Yep, and they approved it.
In December, there was nothing.
No. Any other comments, questions on those? Okay. We also have an application for Titan Elite. The full application is down there if we want to take the time to look at it. Everything that they're trying to do is internal to the site and making a couple modifications to the parking lot, but not adding parking lot as far as I could tell. So I don't know if we have any comments or questions on that one either. I did do an environmental resource inventory, and the site is pretty much, as you would expect, it doesn't have a whole lot of environmental value at this time, since it's already been built on.
My only question was how an auto shop could be in there if it's zoned for athletics. I guess they're sharing space, but I still am surprised that that lets it become an auto shop.
I was confused too. Is there an existing auto shop there? And
I think they're
that-
adding the auto shop, which is why they're doing work, and there must, the way I read it, I'm not sure if it's correct, that there must be an existing gym there.
I thought they were adding the gym. That's
Oh.
what I,
Wait, they're adding on? Is there-
No, they're adding they want to add the parking spaces, I believe, for the,
That's what I thought too.
yeah.
I
What
think
did
there
you
was an
read?
auto shop application there that was denied a couple of years ago.
that's kind of the way I was reading it.
Yes.
Because you're not allowed to have any those chemicals that are associated with auto shops in this area. So are you saying that it does include?
That's the way I read it, but I could be wrong. Let me look where I got that impression.
Do we want to look at the full application to be sure?
The only business I see a reference to is a gymnastics.
Gymnastic
Yeah.
place.
mention the auto.
Site received prior zoning board of adjustment approval, blah, 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 blah. Business that consists of restoration, modification of classic and performance view.
Yeah,
Received.
thank you.
I remember that application. I mean, I don't know if it was this one, but there was an application that was specific for just this and it was denied.
Yes, I think I kind of vaguely remember that too.
Is Dory still here?
Because they wanted to have is this the one that they wanted to have a paint booth?
Yes.
Yeah, I remember that too. I mean, it didn't get approved.
I don't know if
overall.
it was this one, but
There
what we're
was,
talking about
Yeah,
was specifically for that. And
Right.
they denied
yeah,
it. And it was like a 5-4 vote, I remember.
yeah.
But rereading this, it sounds like they had a variance for classic restoration and modification of classic cars, and now they're trying to put in a athletic training facility. for
Yeah.
gymnastics.
Dory was just here and she was mentioning it only has to do with interior changes for cheerleading.
I'm curious. I would like to search this and find out if that's actually accurate.
Yeah, they're saying here, they're proposing. They already have the gymnastic place there.
Right, but
And they-
I would like to know if they actually do have a preliminary approval for automobile restoration.
Any other comments, questions on that one? All right. We have nobody from the public here, so skipping public comment. Moving on to reports. Who wants to go first? Chris, do you want to go first?
Oh, okay. Yes, my report is very short in that we did not, we were expecting at first to review well, I guess we had looked at Captiva that now changed to Plus Holdings. However, that was now postponed to March 20th. So that was going to take up quite a bit of our time. And I did share with them, though, that we did have a visit from Jack DeGroot. And they seem to be very interested in the possibility of preserving farmland in doing the master plan. So they seem to, that seemed to very much pique their interest. And I did mention, and they also really seemed to appreciate the fact that we were having a rain barrel workshop out here, March 23rd. I
Great.
invited them to that.
Wonderful.
That's-
Neil or Dan, you want to go next?
we, the master plan subcommittee met on Monday, our kickoff meeting, and basically talked about what we're going to be doing and nothing other than that.
Great.
A lot of work. Probably take a year or more.
Yeah.
All right, so from a council perspective, mention a couple of things. With regard to things that might impact the Environmental Commission, there was a resolution that the council passed at the last meeting that we had until last Friday as a deadline to approve. I don't know if approve is the right word because we weren't the final say that we were to give comment on a water quality management plan amendment for the Diamond Chip application as their application changed, and we needed to reflect that in the water quality management plan. And the council at the time voted to state that we didn't have enough information to make that change or to recommend to either approve or disapprove the plan's request. Now, any approval or disapproval from the council for the water quality management plan doesn't really have any bearing. It really applies as input into the DEP, who has the final say on it, and so it's really just collecting the council's feedback on it. So it's not a gated decision for that, but nonetheless, the council voted to state that we didn't have enough information to make a judgment at this time. We also, I believe we did it was the final approval of the student liaison. Okay, so that was last week, Tuesday. So we had to wait 21 days from that date in order for it to take effect. And so in about 2 weeks, we'll have another person sitting here in our brand new chairs. So that'll be cool.
That will be March 4th.
Okay. Excellent, thanks. Two other things of note. Last year, or late in the fall, we started debate on an ordinance to update our ordinances to account for short-term rentals. We had a public discussion period. We solicited comments from the public, had a debate about the policy behind the dais, and that was going to lead into a new ordinance that was never introduced because the legislative calendar ran out. So that's going to be back on the table soon, maybe even as early as next week, again, to solicit input on short-term rental changes. So more on that next week. And then I believe we'll also start debate on an ordinance change to address door-to-door solicitation. I'm pretty sure the council hasn't decided whether to take that up, but I think that we will, maybe as early as next week. That's, I think, kind of it.
Thank you.
So if you have any comments about either of those two ordinance changes about the short-term rentals or solicitation, door-to-door solicitation, feel free to send me an email or show up at the next council meeting or whatever. You know how to get a hold of us.
Thank you. All right, moving on to unfinished business. So open space planning, I believe we have a signed agreement now.
Yes, we do.
So we can actually start working on that. I wanted to propose a motion tonight that we establish the Open Space Planning Committee. We've talked about that last year, but we were waiting for the rest of the process to happen before we officially stood up that committee. And then we can also then have folks volunteer for that committee. Anybody who's interested could then volunteer, and we could start the meetings up. So do I have a second for that motion?
I'll second the motion.
Okay. All in favor of an open space planning committee? Say aye. Aye. Looks like no abstentions. Okay. Thank you. Does anybody know that they are interested in volunteering for that at this point? Linda, Landon, and Chris. All right, I'm writing it down this time. Rob too? Okay. And Barbara.
quorum.
Yeah, we can't have everybody. It has to be less than, I think 5, less than 5, right?
9, so it has to be 4.
Has to be 4 or less. Okay. All right, so I saw Linda, Chris, and Landon first, and then myself. And we'll definitely bring it back to the entire group if that's okay. All right. Thank you. All right, road salt testing.
Yes, I just wanted to update you and to find out if you are a new person who has gotten your test strips and would like to go out and locate a site, and we can do an on-site sampling or reading. And I can show you at that site, while looking at it, making the selection, how to submit the data, which is tricky. So if anybody's in that situation, please contact me. And on your sheet, on the first sheet, you see that these are proposed locations where every star is. And the gold stars are the stars where we have people monitoring. There are 2 new gold stars. and that is by Pope John's student, John Groff, who is monitoring the Pope John wetlands and also the upper lake. So that's pretty nice. And then we have, if you notice, we don't have anybody for the Pequest or the Muskie watersheds of Sparta. So if you know anybody who is in the Pequest area, out towards the Andover area, or over by Tomahawk Lake in the Muskie area, that would be great, because I actually do think we have the Pollenskill, Wallkill, and Passaic covered. But we could always use more if there's a stream or surface water of concern near you that you know is getting salted. On the second sheet, the system is still getting repaired. And when you log in, you may or may, and indicate Sparta EC as your organization, you may or may not be added to the map on the second page. But this is a current locations of where there's actually data being collected and readings taken. So that's something we're working on. So you can see that if you look at the star map and this map, they don't quite jive yet, but we'll keep working on that. And then finally, when you go to the Clean Water Hub website and put in all of your data, you are able to access and download readings. But the funny thing about it is that they give you your site name, your description. They give you other things like latitude and longitude and all of this. And I just kind of abbreviated the table that you see. But what you do not see on this table are the parts per million. So I don't know why that's not, they don't do this on the table. But you can, when you go to the map on the Clean Water Hub and you see your location, you can click on it and it will give you a reading there. So I just don't think they've gotten that far in their software yet to be able to put in that other column of information perhaps, but we'll get to the bottom of that. So once we get all of this kind of coordinated, it will be pretty soon, I would say, in a position to be posted somewhere online on the EC site, so people can click on and they can see the sites that are being monitored, and perhaps also invited to participate, because I'd like to try to recruit people all the way through February, because the project is going through the end of April. So that should be enough time to order strips and get them back in a couple of weeks and go out, even if we don't have a snowstorm, if we have any storm at all, to monitor before and after, or at least get one reading that's a baseline. And that will set a baseline for the future, and we'll always have that to compare next year, or if we do a salt snapshot another time during the year. So, yeah. So, I mean, I think it's coming along. There are glitches in the system. It's a new system this year, but we're on our way to collecting data. We have data for 3 out of 5 watersheds. Did you want
Chris?
to? Sorry, go ahead. No, go ahead.
Oh, there should be another gold star, Chris. I think it's might be the red one by on this end of the lake. It's a stream that comes down from Beiser's Pond. I think that's what it's called, how it's pronounced.
Well,
It's right by my house.
you know, that's what I was going to ask you before we move off this topic. If you are collecting data and submitting it to the Clean Water Hub and you don't see your location on here, particularly on the map, this map right here, you know, let me know right now, because tomorrow or probably Monday I'll get a hold of them and I'll say, can you please look for Neil Sauerwein's, you know, his name in your database. He needs to be added as an EC, Sparta EC partner.
That's the thing, though. I am, and it shows up online, but it's just not here. on this one.
Oh, this is a map that I made.
Oh, okay, okay.
But you know, when I go in, because I'm the manager of the site, I'm supposed to be able to go in and manage the site. And the bottom, they have a listing of everybody who's a member. I added you today. Your name was there. Ethan's name is there. And Neil, your name isn't there.
Really?
Nobody else's name is on that.
I ordered strips about a month ago and haven't gotten them yet.
So that's another thing I need
I
to know.
haven't gotten my strips either, but it was only 2 weeks ago that I ordered them.
Okay, sometimes
Well, mine
the
came really
turnaround
fast,
is
though.
very fast, and other
Yeah.
times it takes, because the person who distributes the strips is the person who is helping to run the watershed conference, the 7th Watershed Conference, which is being held at TCNJ tomorrow. So she's got a lot of responsibilities, and like every nonprofit, you know, she's trying to do 8 jobs that should be done by 8 people.
I think what you have to do, remember we were having the error with adding us to be an EC member. I went in, and if you look at the help manual and follow the directions, that way, rather than going through the link that came when you added us to the EC, I was able to get myself added. So if you go to the guidance document and just follow the steps, you can add Sparta EC as your, group that you're affiliated with.
And then your dot will appear on the Sparta map.
Where
Or
was the
watershed.
health manual?
FAQs?
I think it's just, yeah, it's either an
You mean
FAQ.
On the website, go to the
It's
health.
on
manual.
the
Gotcha.
website, yeah.
Okay.
But my dot is there. It shows my
back
readings
on.
too, so.
It's dot on, your dot's on the Sparta EC? Or is it on the big map of the whole,
It's on the big map.
on the
that's what
big
I was
map of
looking
the
at.
nation?
I guess, yeah. I
Okay.
think that's what it is.
So Neil, if you
Still
do
not
like exactly what I
associated
said, like with
Sparta
the,
EC.
Neil, if you go in through that help document and follow the steps, you'll be added. Because I was having the same issue where I was on the one map, but not on the EC map.
Thank you.
If I get my strips, I'll take beach 6 here.
Perfect. Okay, you'll get them eventually. Yeah, hopefully before April 30th. Yeah, it's a work in progress, but thank you. And what I noticed is that when I walked into the building, unlike a couple other townships that I've reached out to, there's no sign on the door or as you walk in, volunteers needed to monitor road salt. When you walk into Frankfurt, when you walk into Stillwater Township, all of those towns that, are part of the Pollenska watershed, they have that displayed, but we don't. So I'm just throwing that out because is there another way that we can reach out to people in our community? Because I don't think they
Did we
know
email
about
it?
this.
Did we email it to the entire green team already? I
How
don't
do we
think we
do that?
did. We just asked Christine to mail it on.
Did you email that?
No, I
out?
don't think we ever asked her to do that.
Would you please? That'd be great. And, if there's any other way, like on the light board as you come in, volunteers needed to monitor road salt. If we could just do that for a week or two till the end of February, that would be terrific to see who else we could garner and get started with this project.
Did you want to mention the meeting with Jim?
I was going to mention that we had a very productive meeting with our town manager. And, I was just so delighted that when we walked in, he had all of the documentation for the inventory for the town. So that's 10 points out of the total 15 that we can earn for the Gold Star and water quality. So, so I just need to upload that to the Sustainable New Jersey. And then once we get this straightened out a little bit more, we can start posting the information to the public and documenting our work that we've been doing here, monitoring road salt. And then we'll have our other 5 points, and that'll be a total of 15. And that's the maximum that we can earn from this particular action.
Awesome.
Chris, are you uploading them yourself? Are you able to?
Now I have them in an electronic form
Mhm.
because Michelle sent the documents to me, and I haven't tried to upload them.
So I'm not sure if we can. I think Christine might have Michelle had that access, but I don't know if we had.
Okay,
So
how do I
I'm
find
not,
it?
I don't know. I guess you could try it.
I could try, and then if I'm not successful,
Well, you're gonna need a log on, right? Do you have a login?
you know, I never was very successful in going in and logging in for our EC
Okay.
team.
So then it might be
Yeah.
something that we need to ask Michelle to do or teach Christine to do, because they have to log in, I'm sure, and upload stuff.
Well, I would like to be able to do that. You know, that's something that should be easy for us to do. So, you know, maybe the three of us could get together and we can show each other how to do that. Are you able to do that, Neil?
I don't think so. I don't think I had that kind of access.
Sorry, what is it you're trying to get into?
Sustainable New Jersey website, as a township, you can log into the website and upload various actions, materials related to the actions that you can do. Yeah, Michelle should know about how to do that.
Check with her on that.
Thank you so much.
Thank you.
All right, great update. We already talked about the student liaison, so I think our next meeting is not until after 3/4, so we can reach out. It's a mayoral
Correct.
appointment?
Yep.
Okay,
And the mayor doesn't need to wait until a council meeting. The mayor can just do it by email.
okay, all right, great.
Just decree it.
All right, Sparta Glen Arbor Day event.
Yeah, so Kim and I met this morning with the Sparta Parks and Recreation Director and the Superintendent of Parks. So we have been, pulling this event together. I have the draft schedule that I could pass down. But everything today was approved. They're happy with moving forward and they just want to be incorporated into the planning and where the trees are going to be specifically placed. But you can see from the draft agenda that it's going to involve a lot of different partners and it should be a good day. It's going to be a full school day. And the schools are getting approval this week at the Board of Ed meeting. So then that should be officially done. And really all the pieces are coming together. So we just need nice weather, right? But I'm happy to answer any questions if anyone has about the event.
The students are definitely going to enjoy this. We don't often get too many field trips in middle school, so especially on a Friday, they're going to have a lot of fun time. I think,
Yeah, it
so.
should be good. And it's going to incorporate both the ecology and environmental clubs at Sparta High School and Sparta Middle School. There'll be about 40 students participating.
That's great. Wow. You have the New Jersey Invasive Species Strike Team. Are they going to remove some invasive species, do you think? or-
We have the director who's actually wants to come himself, and he's going to set up a table and talk about emerald ash borer and other invasives versus native species. So it's going to be more of just a learning experience and table setup for that portion, but it should be good to really introduce them to why these trees were removed from the Glen in the first place.
You're going to have Smokey the Bear there too, I hope. I was a ranger when I was about 5 years old. Yeah, I wish I had my badge still. And then that's great, the Highlands Hike, Highlands Coalition. Kids will love that.
So they're going to be broken down. You can see in the morning, there'll be 4 different groups that they'll be rotating through 4 different stations, back to back to back to back. They'll have lunch, and then in the afternoon, we'll combine 2 of the groups together so that we have about 20 students in each group. And then we really don't want to have too many planting at one time. We want to kind of keep up with them and make sure everything is being planted properly.
Is it Sparta Recreation or Parks and Recreation supplying all of the equipment and everything like that?
So the organization I work for is going to bring like all of the shovels and everything like that for the physical planting. And then the parks department said that they could bring out if we need additional tables and chairs, or if we want some wood chips to be kind of put around each tree, that they can provide that.
There's not any need to clean up or anything that day.
No.
All right, thank you, Christine. Rain Barrel event is also coming together. You'll have the flyer in your packet there. If you would go to the grocery store and post that flyer, that'd be great. We're also, it is already on the township Facebook page. And I don't know if it made it to the website yet, but we're working on getting it out. Is it on the township website yet?
It's on Facebook.
On Facebook,
and
yeah.
it's on the town Facebook, and they just needed that press release in order to. Tonight.
Oh, on the website, right.
We'll give that to Mike tomorrow.
Yeah, thank you so much.
I think we have a contract with the TAP too. We have a contract, I believe, with the TAP into Sparta to also do press releases.
Now,
Send up-
there is a limit of 15 families or groups. So depending on how quickly we sell out, we might continue to advertise or just be like, no more. So we'll see. But thank you so much for, Christine also was instrumental in putting this together with our AmeriCorps liaison to, or
Yeah,
Intern.
watershed ambassador.
yeah,
Yep.
watershed ambassador. Yep. Thank you. All right. We do have a new business item. I'm sorry it didn't get on the agenda. But Sparta Day 2024. So for new folks, last year we did not do Sparta Day because we didn't have enough Environmental Commission members who were available to be there. But the year before, we did do Sparta Day. It was very fun to share what the Environmental Commission does. We had a mulching lawnmower. We had some pamphlets, a bunch of information actually about invasive species. And we also had a bunch of folks, like at least, I think close to 30 or 40 people signed up for the green team also at Sparta Day. So it is quite a fun event. I would love to do it again if folks are interested. It's going to be June 8th. I already know I'm not available, so we need to see if anybody's interested, available to kind of take the lead on that. I do have a tent that I'm willing to stand up for it. So thoughts on doing Sparta Day this year? And if you need to check if you're available, we can also table that question until next meeting.
Have a little time.
Yeah, we have time to figure it out. And I think we still have quite a few of the pamphlets and the various information that we shared in I don't know where the Environmental Commission stuff is stored around here, Christine, but we have like a box with it has invasive species and all the information in there. So we could use that material again. And we could have different ideas about how we could get folks to the table. I think we had a game or something. Oh, from Anjac, we borrowed a watershed display that they had. So there are definitely things that we could do that makes it easy. It's not a huge commitment. But we do need folks to man the table. Has everybody been to Sparta Day? It's kind of a long day. You have to get there, I think, before 10 a.m. and you're there until cleanup at 4 or 5 o'clock. But if we had enough people, we could have like 2 shifts, so you're not there the whole time.
We can
All right.
solicit green team members. Do we need green team members?
We could, but I'd want a commission member there for at least.
Oh,
with
I'm
somebody
sorry.
else.
I mean, at the event, we can try to gather more.
Oh,
green team
yeah,
members,
absolutely.
I'd be definitely willing to do like a couple hours,
Okay,
split some time. I think we can definitely gather a couple commission members to do that.
Me too.
Neil?
Yes.
Okay. Anybody else know right now, or you want to check your calendars? Okay. All right, thanks. Any other new business items? to Share? Are we doing this in record time tonight?
Oh.
All right, anything else for the good of the environment?
Um,
Okay,
Michelle was gonna get us, or try to get us business cards. I think that would be something that would be useful. I was thinking of that when I was dipping my cup in the stream by someone's house.
oh, and they're like, come out and say, what are you doing here?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Clipboard and a vest. Get a clipboard and a reflective vest.
Yeah, that's right. Forgot my clipboard.
Company car, while you're asking?
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, why stop there?
All right, do we have a motion to adjourn?
I'll make a motion to adjourn.
Okay, second?
Yeah, I'll second.
Okay, all in favor?
Aye.
Thank you, everyone.
Julio,
How did we get so fast tonight?
my
like
first year on the council,
Moving everybody along.
at Sparta Day, they wanted everybody in the council to go into a dunking booth.
Oh, my gosh.
And nobody would do it. I'm like, I'll do it. I mean, why not?
So
So I sat there and I taunted